Hello, I'm Trevor. I'm a pastor's kid, and this is my new channel. I'm making an atheist channel, and also for mental health, as I've studied psychology. But I was just going to explain why I'm atheist. I grew up in church, and I was fearful of hell as a kid and fearful of God. They always talked about punishment and hell, and it always made me fearful. And I thought, well, how can God be loving and there be a hell? And like, if you read the Bible, it was written by Jews. The Jewish people didn't believe in hell. And the Hebrew word is Sheol, which can be translated to grave. They didn't believe in an afterlife. And that changed over time. Jesus taught on Gehenna in reference to the Valley of Hinnom, but Gehenna was just a place of torment and punishment. But God is loving. And it doesn't compute in my brain. And also, it's just a very wrathful God if you read the Old Testament. And what's interesting about that is that the God of the Old Testament is similar to the other gods around the Near East. Like the story of the Great Flood, it actually is plagiarized from the Epic of Gilgamesh, which was by the Mesopotamians. There was a flood that devastated the Black Sea region about 7,000 years ago. And that was near Mesopotamia. And that's what inspired these flood myths. It's not original to the Bible. Even the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden isn't original either. Because they communicated in the Near East, and they were all in communication with each other, and they saw each other's manuscripts and heard each other's stories, and it just so yeah, the Bible is plagiarized, lots of it, especially the Old Testament, and also what the Jewish people were believing for, Jesus failed to do. They believed that their Messiah would liberate them from oppression, from bondage. Like, they were under Roman oppression during Jesus' life. The Roman Empire was thriving, and the Jewish people were under the Romans. And they believed that their Messiah would free them from oppression. And Jesus failed to do that. And also, there's just so much suffering in the world. How can there be a loving God and then so much suffering? Prayers go unanswered. Like the Bible says, have faith the size of a mustard seed that can move mountains, but people have faith for all kinds of things, and it doesn't change anything. And just like, also, where did God come from? If you study science, like everything can be explained through science. There are different branches of science, chemistry. Like everything, like DNA, RNA is a result of chemical reactions, a chain of chemical reactions. And physics, like there are different cosmology models that physicists have proposed, like the Big Bang talks about the expansion of space and time. And all of this can be explained through science, even like how like life is a result of photosynthesis that is fueled by the sun. The sun is energy that plants use, and they produce glucose that makes life possible, the sustenance of life. And then our cells play specialized roles that sustain us. And even how the sun and moon formed, it can all be explained through science. And so, like, God is unnecessary, and there's nowhere he could have come from. He couldn't be eternal with no beginning. So his existence is literally impossible, and can actually be disproven through science. So all of these reasons are why I'm now atheist.